I'm Teresa Dufour with today's CT Style Express. A change in life can be challenging for anyone, especially those with mental illness and addiction problems. BHCare is a regional nonprofit organization that provides a comprehensive and integrative system of care for adults, children, and families who are struggling. Here with some more information from BHCare is Michael Chardella, and you are a recovery coach. Michael, great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, Teresa. Thank you for having me.
If you would, for our viewers, give us an overview of what BHCare is all about and kind of the mission behind it.
Sure. So BHCare is a nonprofit organization that really focuses on folks that are struggling with either mental health or addiction, both being two sides of the same coin, I guess. And it's really, I want to say, patient-centered. So we're really good at meeting clients where they are, getting them engaged based on their own, where they are and where they're ready to, what they're ready to do next. And sure, yeah.
And today we're focusing on treatment plans, and at BHCare you kind of focus on medication with assisting clients. Talk to me about that process, because that could sound confusing to someone.
Sure. So we focus mostly on opioid related substance use issues. So when a client has an opioid dependency, we will have them come in for something called an induction, which they would be introduced to the medication that we provide. We are a Suboxone only clinic. Some clinics might prescribe methadone, but we don't. We focus solely on Suboxone, and they get introduced to a recovery coach like me, and we start to walk them through the process of their healing. So that's about a whole day of being induced at BHCare, and that begins their journey towards their own recovery. And it's a great bridge, I think, in terms of their own recovery, because some people need a little extra boost, and I think that the Suboxone could actually provide that for them.
Sure. And Michael, you've lived through this. You've been through recovery. You're a recovery coach now. Talk to me about how your experience can help others.
Sure. So one big thing that I usually focus on with my clients, and this is something that I think is so important, is the idea that picture your life and you're walking down a path. And at the end of the path is a door, right? And on the other side of the door, you know, there's all these people that want to reach out to you. They want to love you. They want to care for you. They want to assist you. I can bring you to the door. I could even show you where the doorknob is, but it's you who has to open the door.
Right.
And once you open that door, you get exposed to all of these resources that allow you to excel in your recovery. And the reason I think that's such a powerful example is because it really does come down to the willingness of the person to navigate their own recovery. And there's so many resources now, and that's one thing I like about BHCare and working for them, is that we have so many different resources, whether it's housing, employment, or vocational, down to the recovery coaches, clinicians. Everyone is there because they believe that there is hope. And that's a big thing for me. And that's what made my recovery possible 100%, was that I had people rooting for me. And that's what you need.
You need those cheerleaders. Absolutely.
That's right.
Michael, what would you say to people who are kind of dealing with the stigma associated with addiction? Maybe they need help. Maybe they're embarrassed. What's your point on that?
Well, stigma, that's always tough, because usually it comes from a place of personal experience. So I think that's such a good question. I think that the shame or the stigma related to addiction, it's shifting.
Right.
Because people know somebody now, right? Everybody knows somebody. We're suffering through this awful opioid epidemic. And so everybody knows somebody. And if you're that somebody, I think that you would be surprised how much more you stigmatize it as the addict than the people you think will stigmatize it.
Sure.
Coming forward and asking for that help is the most alleviating experience you can have.
Sure.
You know, it's this tremendous weight that comes off your shoulders because now you're prepared to make the next step.
And let me ask you, how do you make that next step? If someone's seeing this interview and they want to contact BHCare, they want to get a hold of you, how do we do it?
So first thing you're going to do is call the BHCare line, which I assume you will tell them because I do not have it on me.
We'll get that for you, absolutely.
And they would get in touch with an intake clinician who would help them through the process of becoming enrolled in the MAT program, which is the medically assisted treatment program. That's what I partake in. But what's really great at BHCare right now is, you know, it's not just, say you're struggling with alcohol or you're struggling with stimulant abuse, whatever it might be, we could still find a place for you in BHCare, and you will still get access to people like me, recovery coaches, people that are rooting for you. We're not necessarily a one-trick pony. So once you get in contact with that intake clinician, they walk you through the process, and you could begin that journey, and hopefully in a certain amount of time, they'll be sitting here talking to you instead of me.
There you go. You have to take that first step. You could get that number and learn more over at bhcare.org. Michael Chardella, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Teresa.
Sure thing. That's your CT Style Express. We'll see you back here tomorrow.